It has taken us a really long time to find a setup that will work for Maggie in the car as she outgrows her car seat. Her car seat would work as a booster seat for a higher weight if we could use the seatbelt, but it became more and more clear that the seatbelt wasn't going to be an option by itself. We definitely needed the 5-point harness, and most car seats that are just for regular kids don't go up to her weight with the 5-point harness. So Maggie had outgrown most of the regular options that you see in the store, and I went online and I looked at some of the special needs car seats, and they are like $1,000. And so that's not really an option for us. And so I had asked on Fathering Autism what they use with Abby, because I see that she has like the 5-point harness and the belt buckle across her. In one of the videos, Asa talked about what they use with Abby. And so just before Christmas, I went and I ordered the harness and the chest clip that they use. Now by itself for Maggie, the harness and the chest clip wouldn't work because she can actually really easily undo the Houdini clip. It took her like about 10 seconds. And the belt across the middle she undid in about 10 seconds too. However, the 5-point harness sort of, because it's very similar to what she wears in the bus, it does kind of, she's used to using that in the bus, it does sort of dissuade her from getting out of her seat. We need more than that though. So in addition to that, I also got a seatbelt lock, and we had tried the seatbelt lock by itself too, but when we just did the seatbelt lock by itself, she was very, very much against the seatbelt lock by itself and just would smuggle things into the car and pick the seatbelt lock, because you get like a popsicle stick or a key or anything like that and you just pop it off. That's how you open the lock. So when it was the seatbelt lock by itself, she was pretty devoted to breaking it, and she broke 2 of those. But since we've used the combination of the harness and the seatbelt lock, she doesn't seem as into breaking it. I think maybe because she's in the harness too and she's used to the harness on the bus. So when she has the lock and the harness, so far she's just leaving them all alone, because she knows she can't get out of the seatbelt lock. Well, she would have to put in much more effort to get out of the seatbelt lock, and so she has been leaving this harness alone. It's always an adventure. We've tried a lot of things over the years. We've gone back and forth between many, many different things that haven't worked to get to this point, and so I'm kind of fingers crossed hoping that this works, because the car seat together didn't totally work either. The thing that I never understood was that she wouldn't try to unbuckle her car seat, and I'm pretty confident that she could have. I mean, a child breaks through locks on doors, and so I'm pretty sure that she could get through a 5-point harness if she wanted to. She never tried to. She would always just push the chest strap all the way down and get her arms out like that. So I really feel like there's never going to be anything that's completely Maggie proof, but right now this is actually working better than anything else that we have used, so I'm happy with it. The one thing was that the harness needed to be bolted into the ground, so we went down to a tractor mechanic place down the street from our house, and they were able to drill it into the ground, which was a really good thing, because apparently Maggie's seat sits directly above brake lines. And if my dad was capable of drilling it, but he didn't want to try to drill it because he was afraid that something like that might happen. He wasn't sure what he would be drilling into if he drilled down under Maggie's seat, and that is what they had to do. So they had to move the brake lines of the car and drill it and then move the brake lines back. It was a good thing that we went and got it professionally done. That is the story of how Maggie's harness got into place. And the good thing about that is now that we have the bolts in place for the harness, if we ultimately have to upgrade to a different harness that is hopefully more secure, we already have the bolts in place for that. I'm really hoping that this long term works for her though. I was sitting in the back of the car with her this weekend, and she was having a lot of fun sitting in her new booster seat in her new harness, and so that was pretty cool. We'll see. We'll see if it actually works long term. I can never really count with Megs on whether or not something is going to work long term, because if she gets determined to break something, she will find a way. We'll see. It's part of her charm, it's part of her genius, it's part of what she does. She's just really, really good at that sort of thing. Who knew this whole transportation thing was going to be that difficult? Anyways, that's it for today. If you like this video, we would love it if you'd hit that like button. And if you're new here and you're interested in all things autism, we would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. and join us on this journey. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.